Welcome to STAT 205. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to install R on your own computer. But before doing that, let's talk a little bit about why we choose R in this course. We do this for a variety of reasons. For starters, it's free, and it's got tremendous community support, by which I mean for any statistical analysis that you can think of, you can almost find a package in R to implement that. Of course, in later videos, I'm going to show you how to find the package, how to install the package, and how to put the package into use. Admittedly, R is a little harder than some other statistical software like SPSS or Minitab, but on the other hand, it is way more easier than C++ or Python. To make your life even easier, I'm going to introduce one more software on top of R, which is called RStudio. You can use it to help you to manage all the data you have imported, all the packages that you have installed, and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, this is how to download R onto your computer. Basically just type R in your address bar in Google or any other search engine. And the first result is exactly what you want, the R project for statistical computing, and click that. You will be given this page. So if you look at the end of the first paragraph, it'll say, to download R, please choose your preferred CRAM mirror. So click the CRAM mirror. You will be given a list of servers that you can choose from. So because we are in the United States and we are in South Carolina, and I would like the one that's closest to me, probably the one in Tennessee. And now you will be given 3 choices, of course, choose accordingly. If you are like me running the software on macOS 10, so click this. This list is totally depending on which version you are running. If you are running the latest version in the macOS, like macOS El Capitan or Sierra or High Sierra, you can choose the first package. But of course, if you are using some dated operating system like Mavericks, then you choose this one, or if you are running on Snow Leopard to Mountain Lion, you probably want to go with this one. The question is how to find out which version you're running, so this is how to do it. Just click About This Mac. You can find out which version you are running. In this case, it is High Sierra. So High Sierra is a version that is later than El Capitan, so that's why I'm clicking this. Now it started downloading. Next, let's take a look at what we have downloaded already. The first one, actually I downloaded them twice, but it doesn't matter. So this is what you will see. And just click continue, 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 and agree with terms and conditions, and you don't have to do anything, just click in your password and install the software, and here you go. The fastest way to find out where the software is on the Mac is by Spotlight. See this magnifier, little magnifier here on the menu bar? Just click this, and then you type R. And you either hit return or double click that. This is the user interface of the R software. Technically speaking, the R software that you've just downloaded and installed would be sufficient for our purpose, but it's also very intimidating for beginners because you have to keep track of all your graphs and of all your data that you imported. So to make your life easier, I recommend to use RStudio. So still, to get started, just type RStudio in the address bar and hit return. Now the first result, RStudio open source and enterprise ready professional software for R, that is what we want. It is a much fancier website than before, but still, click download RStudio, and this free version would be enough for us. So just click download now, and this list is what you want to choose from, because I'm running macOS Sierra, which is a version higher than 10.6, so that's what I want to go with. So I click this, and download gets started. The installation of RStudio is pretty simple. You just want to drag this RStudio icon to application, and it asks me whether you want to replace RStudio because I already had a version on my computer. But if it's the first time you are installing this software, you are not gonna see this. I'm gonna click replace, and it takes a while to finish it. After you finish the installation, just to see this magnifier button again, and type in R Studio and hit return. And now we launch the software that is called RStudio. Okay, so if you can see this, you have successfully installed the R Studio on the computer. So how to write a simple short program like hello world, this is how to do this. Click this green icon here, plus sign here, and the R script. Then we can just type print parentheses hello world. And how to run this code? There are two different ways. First of all, you can just click this run sign. A second way to run this is to highlight, use cursor to highlight this whole thing. And then you hit command return on your Mac. So you see, this is another way to run this. If you are not so comfortable with this layout, you can always drag this back and forth to change the layout. And as you might have figured out here, this is where you write the code, and this is the output. And for this part is to install the data. So let's see if we have this and we run this code, then we see a equal to 10 is stored up here. This part is for any of your plot. So for instance, if I'm going to plot a histogram, which we will talk about later, of normal distribution, which we will talk about later, so something is going to show up in this graph part. Okay, I guess that's everything for today. How to install R and how to install R Studio, and a simple walkthrough of how to use R Studio. So that's all for today. Peace.